Africa OON. This so he's here, Your Excellency, Nigeria and NFF officials, while their plane was diverted from Benghazi to
this unfortunate ordeal. We're happy to receive you today and have you back home in Nigeria. Thank you. To you. Over to you.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir, for the effort you have put in ensuring that we are back to the country safely. When this incident started, we landed around 7:45 p.m. in Al-Abrak Airport. After some necessary check-off, despite the fact that with so many intrigues and delays, we thought it is all over. But the next thing is for us to be directed to go and be caged in one small hall. From there, the communication started. So since then, I'm sure, and I believe, and I know, even you here in Nigeria, you don't have a single minute to sleep, because we know the effort you put in place to ensure that things work well for us. The much unfortunate situation was that we couldn't even access network, neither do we attend internet. So we are just dumped in a hall that we don't know what is going on. And we are virtually just surrounded by some security officers. And we tried to make effort to see how we can even go out to get some food that we can eat. But we were harassed and informed that there's no way we can go to get out of that place. So that was when we realized that it is not going to be an easy thing. So later on, we just have to decide to take whatever have come to our way, because there's nothing we can do under the circumstances. We can neither communicate to the embassy people, because our earlier arrangement was for us not to land in Al-Abrak. So all necessary arrangements that we needed to do through our agents were being arranged in Benghazi, especially at the Banina airport. So which I understand is about 240 kilometers away. And the dangers of following road, there's nothing those guys can do to come and meet us there. But we also tried to make an effort to see how we can get out and see how we can move ourselves to even have something to eat. But that was not accepted by the authorities that were made to stay and put us under that hostage. And the most worrisome thing was that none of them claimed to hear English. So we don't have anybody to communicate with. So it was a very difficult situation, but we were just lucky. One of our players, his phone can communicate out. I don't know whether he's using his, because he plays in Saudi Arabia, and he's a British citizen also. So I don't know which line he was using. So that was the only line we were communicating. And then we started communicating to our Honorable Minister of Sports. Then it gets to you, the DGSS, SSS, and the rest of them. So I must say we really commend your effort in making sure that at least we are back here safely. But as I've said earlier, it was not really easy for all of us. And what even made us to be more worrisome about was the pilot and his crew were allowed to go out in order for them to go and get their accommodation to spend the night. Just after an hour, we saw them coming back. Then the pilot came and met me and said, "Mr. President," I said, "Pilot, what happened? You are back here." He said, "No, we got to the hotel. They said they were given an instruction that anybody that is carrying Nigerian passport should not be accommodated." Then the pilot is a Tunisian, and his co-pilot is from South Africa. He said, "Then how can I come and sleep here and leave my crew? I can't sleep here." So he said, "Virtually that is why they are back." But because he's a Tunisian and he worked in Libya for about 2 years as a pilot, that was even one of the key reasons that helped us to see that we land in Al-Abrak airport safely, because all the necessary navigators and other things that were needed in an airport for such kind of landing were not at that airport. So it was just because he was used to the terrain for 2 years. That was how he was able to maneuver it and get us down. Even as he was complaining to them that time that he didn't have enough fuel, that he can be roaming around, but they still insist it is an authority, it is instruction from the higher authority. There's nothing they can do. He has to divert and go back. So the pilot later has to use his personal connection to talk to one of his friends. Then later on, that his friend come and see how he can come and pick them up to try and go and accommodate them without the people knowing where he's taking them to. That is how they were able to rest, for us to even feel free to follow him to fly. Because had it been they were not able, they fall into the situation we found ourselves, we even could have allowed him to fly us at that time that we left the country. But Alhamdulillah, as I've said, I want to once again use the opportunity to thank you and the government of our great country, especially our leader, the President, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, for all prayers and efforts they have put in place to make sure that we are back home safely without anybody being harmed. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, the ministry here present, gentlemen of the press. I am truly delighted to be sitting here with the President of the Nigeria Football Federation after the ordeal of our national team in Libya, under very difficult circumstances. But I think this situation puts paid to the commitment of the President Bola Tinubu administration to Nigerian citizens, wherever they are, wherever they may find themselves. This is why we worked round the clock to ensure that the national team was back safely in Nigeria. It's unfortunate because Libya still remains a divided country with two competing governments, sadly. The acting ambassador that we have here, the charge d'affaires, is from the Western government, whereas the national team went into the Eastern territories. So which meant that we had to reach out, because as a nation, our priority is to secure the safety of our citizens. So even though the government that is present here, that is recognized, is not the one that clearly has de facto jurisdiction on the eastern side where the national team was sent to play this game, we had to engage with the foreign minister of the eastern side of Libya. And I believe it was only after that engagement that we were able to get concrete action and results with regards to the fueling of the aircraft. I believe, well, what he told me on the phone is that eventually you were able to be provided with some food and some water before taking off. So you see, this is what he was telling us here. He was telling us here that there's even food and water now.
Nobody gave us anything.
And then eventually we were sent the video clip of the plane taking off from the airport. It's unfortunate, but it means also that we have to work closely together with the NFF to ensure that whenever they're going out, we're fully aware and we brief them properly on the prevailing conditions of wherever they're going to play. Because again, I think part of the problem was some in Libya felt that there was poor treatment of their own football team when they came to Nigeria, but that does not even apply, because the whole essence of sports and the sporting ethos is to take it outside of politics and to ensure that the maximum level of fairness is applied. So a situation where a team would go out to play in a foreign country and they are subjected to this sort of treatment and then still expected to be on top of their game when they play, clearly you can see that this does not apply, and it's something that I think the CAF and other bodies that organize and supervise these soccer matches have to pay closer attention to and take action, decisive action, so that this sort of situation will never occur again. Thank you very much.
President,
I want to introduce with the logo.
what can you do? The only thing I know is money. I said, whatever you can.